Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. This is Tuesday, our Tuesday TLC Takeover, where we talk about some of your favorite shows on TLC, including, of course, 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days, Darcey and Stacey, and not yet on TLC, 90 Day The Single Life. Season 1 premiered on this, I think it was like a couple months ago, it premiered on TLC. But right now we're talking about 90 Day The Single Life Season 2, which is available on exclusively right now, Discovery Plus. And I know, thank you to all of you that hit me up and let me know about the international versions of the Raw Housewives that are now available on Discovery Plus as well. I'm going to try and find some time today, this week, to watch some of those shows and really get into them, because you guys have been telling me for the longest about Durban, about Cheshire, about Johannesburg. I'm going to try and get into that. But today, of course, is all about some of your favorite shows. You know, specifically, we say TLC Takeover, but it's really the 90 Day Fiancé franchise that we cover here. I know a lot of you have been asking me to get into Sister Wives, and look, that is a big undertaking, guys, and I am only one person. And as you know, here on this channel, you're getting daily and consistent content. But, you know, let's get the vibes going. Let's get everything up. Let me know where you're watching from. Drop your elephants and crowns in the chat, and we will get into this TLC Takeover. Boom, 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 boom. I don't care if you're sitting down, but move your body. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. This, of course, is our Tuesday TLC Takeover. And let's just jump right on in. Shout out to everyone that's watching on multiple platforms. We're live on, of course, TikTok. We're live on Twitch and Twitter. We're also live, of course, on the Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook. Shout out to our Facebook family, guys. If you haven't followed and liked us on Facebook, please do so. It's important that we have those other platforms there for you. God forbid, YouTube is taken down. We're not going to put that energy out there, but just saying, I have to have a way to stay in communication with you guys. And one of the ways that we stay in communication, of course, is through our texting community. If you haven't joined, please join our texting community at textkempire.com. Don't forget, message and data rates may apply. So, as you know, every single Tuesday we talk about some of my favorite shows, and it's really spin-offs from 90 Day Fiancé. 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days is in season 5, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. But let's talk about Discovery Plus and what they are offering there. So, I love Discovery Plus. Again, they're not paying me, but they should. Imagine they start paying me, and then I'm like, y'all know I'm still going to talk trash if I don't like something, which I'm going to talk about today. Darcey and Stacey, buckle up. Darcey and Stacey, buckle up. Before we get to Darcey and Stacey, let's talk about 90 Days of Single Life. 90 Days of Single Life this season, I loved season 1. Season 2 is so lackluster because there's just so many people on there that I'm just like, you're doing this so you can be on TV. You're doing this because this is a way for you to make another check, not because you really genuinely want to find love. The only person I feel that genuinely wants to find love on 90 Day the Single Life is our girl Debbie. Shout out to Debbie. Debbie, I wish you love. I love your makeover. I think you did such a tasteful job with your makeover. A little bit of filler, a little bit of Botox, coloring the hair. She has beautiful legs. Shout out to Debbie and those legs. Come on, Debbie. So she's going on a blind date. She drove how many hours with Colty? Colty, cut that. What is going on, Colt? Why? See, the thing is, Colty, look, say what you want about Colty and his personality and his behavior on reality TV. But you don't have to look how we think you might be on the inside. A mess. Cut that beard, cut your hair. Come on. Show a little pride in yourself. Just saying. Anyways, I've digressed. So with that being said, so he drives his mom, Debbie, how many hours to go on this blind date? We didn't even get to see the blind date. Still. Is she being catfished? What? First of all, after everything that Debbie has been through, why is Debbie driving hours to go meet someone? Debbie, I understand it's been a long time since you've dated, but that is, first of all, the biggest no-no. Don't drive that many hours to go on a date with someone you haven't seen. I do love her friend, though. Her friend makes me laugh. Her friend makes me laugh. But either way, Debbie's like my only one that I'm rooting for in this. The only person I'm rooting for, I just don't see it ending great. Because look, if you've been single for a very long time, you also understand you're not going to automatically fall in love or find the one immediately. Sometimes it can take a few years. I know that sounds so daunting, doesn't it? Sometimes it can, because a lot of these people on these reality shows are trying to find love. And you know, when we recap Married at First Sight, I said this the other day. I had an aha. I understand why the marriages don't last is because they're going into these relationships from a place of desperation, for lack of a better word. They're going into this with a desperation, and you can't find love or anything good from a place of desperation. If you're trying to attract love or attract money, you can't find that or have that from a place of desperation. So that would be my advice to Debbie. Not that she needs advice from me, because she damn near, you know, she could be my grandma. No offense, Debbie. I'm just saying. Oh no, I guess she could. I guess she could be my grandma. Look, maybe. But yeah, Debbie's the only one I'm rooting for. Here's the thing. I know we do not like Big Ed. I know we don't like Big Ed, but I can hear me out for a second, y'all. Hear me out for a second. Why am I yelling at you? Just hear me out for a second. And maybe because he's a Taurus like me, I want to have some understanding for him. Look, but hear me out. I feel like Kiori was playing games. He went to Mexico. His friend hooked these two up. And then all of a sudden, she doesn't want to talk about a relationship. I do think he's rushing things, obviously. He's rushing things because that's just Big Ed. He's definitely rushing things. But at the same time, I feel like she was playing games. I think Kiori was playing games. Nicole said, whatever it is, no. Hear me out. Ashley, come on. Yes, Libra, he cut off his hair. Look, I don't love Big Ed either. And honestly, I don't want to see Big Ed on the show after this season. But I do feel like Kiori was playing games. I think she was playing games. He came to Mexico to date you. Your friend hooked you guys up because he was interested in dating you. They were moving very slow. And I'm not saying they needed to sleep with each other. What I'm saying is that how many dates and you guys haven't even cuddled, kissed? She's hugging him. She might be look, can we talk? I feel like Kiori was playing games. And if you're watching the replay, because the people in the chat don't agree with me. Don't agree with me. It's okay. You don't have to agree with me. Agree with me. That's the great thing about my channel and my platforms. We can disagree and still love on each other, right? Moving on, because there really wasn't anything else to say about Big Ed this week on 90 Day to Single Life. His mother's the sweetest, but she's also a little delusional. She's a little delusional. She thinks her son's great. But I guess all mothers would. All mothers would. Viva says, I got very platonic vibe. I don't think either of them liked each other romantically. I think he was using her for the television show. Look, I'm trying to believe that some of this is real, but I believe he was using her for some sort of storyline. We see in the preview for next week, a mystery woman's coming back into his life. But if you watch the news and you know the 90 Day Fiancé stuff, you know he's back with, I want to call her Jessica. I know her name is Liz, but let's call her Jessica. Let's call her Jessica because she is that unimportant. She is using Big Ed as much as Ed is using her to have some sort of relevancy for this show. I don't care about this relationship. Oh, Big Ed. Moving on. Another person I don't care about. Sinjin goes on a date. Why are we here with Sinjin? Sinjin, again, I said it last week and I said it the previous week. I thought if he wasn't going to be with Tanya, he would have went back to South Africa. No, he drives cross country, which we did not need to see, to be with his friend, and they're laughing about him hooking up on the couch and da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, I don't need to hear this or see this. I am so grossed out. I am grossed out by him. This date that he's having, I'm just like, 90 Day, you really dropped the ball on this new season. I would have rather you waited until you found the right couple. Literally, Sinjin was just sleeping with his ex-wife. And when I say sleeping with, having sex together. They were saying their goodbyes and crying, both of them. And I get it. That happens even if you're fully done with each other. But they were having sex. But now he's ready to move on. And now he's also ready to have kids. The producers are like, I thought you weren't ready to have kids. Not right now. Sinjin, you are full of it. Full of it. And that's all I'm going to say about Sinjin. Let's talk about some other fakes and frauds. This couple, Jesse and Jennifer. Jesse and Jennifer. I already told you guys multiple times. First of all, last week she tried to pretend as if she was mad at him and that he insinuated that she was a whore. And when I saw how quickly they made up and just read the body language, y'all. Look at the body language. Look at their faces. Look at them trying to pretend like this is real. They can't even look at each other in this photo like they're really in love. This situation was not real. Them making up was not real. Celia says, in a way, they deserve each other. I agree. I got that same feeling. Viva says, Sinjin strikes me as very primal, carnal. I don't know. I get the willies. I feel the same way. I also feel like his mentality is very simple. Read between the lines. But Jesse and Jennifer are clearly using each other. Clearly using each other to be on this show, make a quick buck. They're not even interesting. They're not even interesting. I'm not interested in their sex life. I'm not interested next week in them speaking to Kakwa to figure out, oh, I want to know what your relationship was with him. You know what their relationship was. As soon as you get on your next flight out of town to whatever location you're headed to next, Jesse, she will be sleeping with Kakwa again. And you're welcome, because I'm not talking anymore about you. Acme says there's a terrible rumor about Sinjin. Text it to me. Look, text it to me. I want to know. Will it make me interested in Sinjin? You know, I just want to say this. I'm so thankful we didn't get her this week. I'm so thankful we didn't get any Stephanie this week. And I'm so thankful we didn't get any Natalie this week. Where's my Natalie photo? I don't even know if I even have one. There's Natalie next to Big Ed. and Jennifer over Jesse. But next week, Natalie will be back. This was the worst season of 90 Days of Single Life. And since I'm already over 15 minutes in, let's move on. Let's talk about Darcey and Stacey. Darcey and Stacey are back. Well, I know you all are thinking, who is that? Darcey and Stacey before, they had the surgeries. I have to say, this picture doesn't do them justice, though. This picture does not do them justice. It's highly edited. Okay, Darcey and Stacey, it's highly edited. I have to say their work watching it live on television looks a lot better than this photo. But if you look at old photos of them, they were beautiful women. Darcey has beautiful daughters. Also, guys, if you're not following me on TikTok, last night we watched an hour and a half of 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 Days together, and then we watched Darcey and Stacey together. Follow me on TikTok, TheKempire, and also follow our backup page at Kempire Daily. We're trying to get to 1,000 followers there. That way, God forbid anything happens on TheKempire on TikTok. TikTok, follow me there too. On Kempire Daily on TikTok, follow me there. Let's get to 1,000 there. If you're just joining us, we're talking about, this is our Tuesday TLC Takeover. Don't forget to like the video. We have already almost 200 people in the room. I appreciate you all being here and being a part of our conversation. Lucy says, I love Darcey and Stacey. Apparently, a lot of people do. This is their third season. Megan says, I never get TikTok notifications. Yeah, something's going on with all of these platforms notifications. That's why I tell you guys, join me on the texting community. I don't normally tell the texting community when I'm going live on TikTok, just because I don't want to annoy you guys by texting you all the time. I try to at least limit it to 1 or 2 texts a day, especially when we're going live. Bonjour. Oh, Lord, that reminds me, I need to work on my French. I got to make time today to do some of that stuff. Megan says, I never get TikTok. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the TikTok notifications. Look. Thank you. I love when you guys say, I don't watch this show, but I love you, Kempire. Thank you so much, Sharon. I appreciate the support. So let's just talk a little bit about Darcey and Stacey. I felt like this was a filler episode. There isn't a lot to talk about. This is their third season. Darcey, I feel as if she's paying Georgie to be her boyfriend. I felt that last season. I thought maybe this season we would focus more on Darcey's single life and dating. But no, Darcey's brought Georgie back, and we're working on our relationship, and we're going to a therapist. What the hell was that therapist? That therapist was giving me life coach vibes. And look, no shade to life coaches, but they're not therapists. And I felt as if I was like, this is not going to be a good look for you, lady. This is not going to be a good look. She felt so fake. I was like, what is happening here? And why are you going to therapy with this man? Look, okay, she was engaged to him. She's trying to make it work. I don't understand what she finds in Georgie endearing or why she wants to work on the relationship. Georgie, to me, there's no depth. Is there any depth to Georgie? He lied to, first of all, the fight between Stacey and Georgie was just like, why aren't you working? And was so staged. They're really trying to have a moment with this show, and I want to have faith. And honestly, last season, I kind of checked out in the beginning, but then it got really good towards the end when Darcey and Stacey went to Turkey just by themselves and left the men at home. Darcey and Stacey are funny TV, just themselves. So when you're talking about going to Miami this week, I'm like, yes, you don't need to bring your kids, and you don't need to bring Georgie and, oh, damn. Last week, I remembered his name, and I couldn't remember Georgie's name. Now I can't think about Stacey's husband. You guys will remind me in the chat. I don't care. He's unimportant. He doesn't even add that much to me anyway. Guys, you know what time it is. Get your coldest water bottle today. Coldest water bottle keeps your water cold 36 plus hours. And it comes in multiple colors, multiple sizes. And they don't just have water bottles there, guys. There's all kinds of merch as well. Head on over to coldest.com. Use the discount code KEMP10 for 10% off. Again, KEMP10 for 10% off of your coldest water bottle. Shout out to thank you, Florian. Who cares? This week's episode was for me. The first week's episode, the premiere episode, I was like, all right, let's get back into Darcey and Stacey. And we needed another show because the Family Chantel had ended. And I was like, all right, we're going to add a third show to our Tuesday TLC Takeover. And I was like, all right, but I might have to go find me another show. Bridget says Florian is boring. Yeah, Florian and Georgie. There's no depth to them. I could not date someone where I feel like anything going on up there. And I'm not saying that they're dumb, but on the show, it's just like, Darcey and Stacey are fun. And look, maybe Darcey and Stacey, those are the type of guys that they need because they have so much personality, but it's not fun for us to watch. I much rather see Darcey and Stacey with their friends and their daughters. This week's episode, her daughter is in a pageant. Okay, really didn't care. No offense to the daughter. I just didn't care. I didn't care. But, we will continue to watch. Let's get into what we really want to talk about. 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days. Season 5 is here. And as you know, we've been recapping it for the last couple of weeks. And we have been introduced to the man that we've seen, but we were like, okay, when is he coming on? We're on like episode, I don't know which one. And I was like, okay, are we going to get more from this? Are we going to get anything from this guy? Then we got Ben. Ben used to be a part of this cult. Yes, he was a part of a cult. He admitted it. He called it a cult. I'm not calling it a cult. He called it a cult. Okay. Ben has an interesting story. And I hope that we introduced Ben this week because Ella is gone. Well, she's not gone. She's back next week. But you already know how I feel about Ella and how she is fetishizing the Asian culture and some of the problematic things that she said. One week she is a samurai. Next week she's a witch. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I'm not interested. Okay. But Ben, shout out to Ben. Ben is 50-something years old. Great body. He seems like a nice guy. Look, he seems like a nice guy besides the fact that he abandoned his kids when he was dating and engaged to another woman that was quite younger than he was. But when you look at pictures, and look, this is no offense. We all were saying it when we were watching it. When you look at the woman that he married, we're like, we get why he was like, after they literally left the church together. They left this cult church together. Him, his wife, and his 4 kids. And after being with each other and trying to make it work, they ended up divorcing. We get to see the wife this episode. It seems as if she's still, she wants that old thing back, and she's upset the fact that he's moved on. He's looking good. He's moved on. He seems like he's doing well. Okay. Anuli says she was pretty plain. I'm not saying she was ugly, but she was pretty plain. And based off of the women he ended up dating after her, you could tell he wanted someone that put a little bit more effort in their look. And also, she seemed a little hateful. Come on, can we talk? She seemed a little hateful. Dulcinea in my TikTok chat says, mahogany is a catfish. Well, mahogany, first of all, I have never been to Peru. I think I know a couple Peruvian people. I've never met a mahogany. Sidebar. He admits to being catfished before. He said he was talking to someone that he thought was a woman, but was some man in Africa. And then all the memes came out and they said the person was Social Boy. You know what? But the wife wasn't hearing it because he had the kids come. One of the kids apparently doesn't want to be on the show because they blur her out. Dulce is posting it everywhere. Poor Ben is naive. And it wouldn't shock me that Ben is a little naive. He grew up in this cult. He got married. He was still a part of this cult and he had kids. So there is a level of his growth is stunted. But at one point, he was engaged to this woman that was like 20 years old. There was like a major age difference between them. And he literally, I want to say abandoned, but the kids said that they felt abandoned because he was really focused on this woman. But then he ended up breaking off that engagement because he felt like he was neglecting his kids. So they all come over to his house and he wants to, tell them about this person. The kids see a picture of mahogany and she's like, you could tell that is fake. But all of these people nowadays, they use all of these Snapchat filters to look I don't know why people do that, especially on dating profiles. They are going, if you were really serious about dating people, let me give y'all some advice that are trying to get on these dating apps, because I know it's a new year and some of you have gotten on dating apps. Here's some advice, because I see these mistakes all the time. And if you're not subscribed to my podcast, I did an episode about dating profiles months ago. Subscribe, Kempire Radio on all podcast platforms. And I was talking about the mistakes that I see so many people make on dating profiles. Look, I'm not an expert, but here are some basics. Clear picture of you with no filters. Take off the mask. I know we're in a pandemic. We get it. Take off the mask. Take off the sunglasses. As I used to call them, the ugly blockers. Not calling you ugly, but I need to see your face. A lot of people look good in sunglasses. And then you take off the sunglasses in a whole nother situation. And if there are filters on your photos, do not use Snapchat filters. Because when you show up, they're going to see the real you. Unless you're the guy in, that catfished Ben and you're in Africa and you don't have any intention of meeting the person, then I get it. Whatever. Shantae, she says, yep, my matchmaker applauded me for not filtering my photos because the matchmaker probably sees so many people nowadays that filter their photos so much. They're like, this does not look like you. It doesn't look like you. And if you're serious about finding love, you will find someone. There is someone for everyone. You will find someone that will accept you just the way that you are. But if you're introducing this fake image of yourself, like so many people do on these reality shows, that's exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get someone else that's doing the same thing. Just saying. Just a little advice for those that are getting on these matchmaking apps and whatnot. Just be who you are. DC said, Harper, who this? Oh, goodness. Yes, guys. Don't forget we have almost 250 people in our live chat. Be sure to like the video if you haven't liked it already. TikTok, be sure to tap your screens. And if you're not following me on TikTok, follow me at TheKempire and follow our backup page on TikTok at Kempire Daily. We're trying to get to 1,000 follows there. Okay, let's get back to these couples. Oh, Lord. Because I want to get, so, okay, Ben is going to fly to Peru. The preview for next week, it makes it seem as if he gets a message from Mahogany. I can't get over that name. You think after being catfished once, he would just not be into it. The video that he showed all of us of Mahogany, this short little 5-second video, I was like, okay. Drea says Gino's catfishing with the hat. Honestly, let's talk about Gino next. Let me take a sip, y'all. Okay. Honestly, the hat that Gino wore on this week's episode. Excuse me, y'all. The hat that he wore this week, it seemed like it showed more of his shape. I think he might have a weird shaped head. I think Gino might have a weird shape head, and that's why he doesn't want to show his head. Because the hat that he wore this week, it wasn't as fitted. So I think he might have a weird shape head. It's all right, Gino. It's all right. Or is it? I felt sorry for Gino, but I felt more sorry because the editors are terrible. First of all, the editors, and this is why it's worth rewatching the episode, y'all. Because if you watch the episode, the cameraman kept on looking at his sandals multiple times in that one scene with Gino and Jasmine. They kept on segueing to the to the sandals. I was like, what is happening? Why are they doing that? And then at one point, when she loses it on him because she's very upset that his ex-wife decorated the home. Okay. I mean, based off of what she described, light blue walls and red, I was like, that don't even sound right, but okay. But she goes from 0 to 100 so quickly. 0 to 100. She's like, you make me look crazy. No, you make yourself look crazy, madam. He might. It's screaming my. she blames him. And that is the true sign of a narcissist, the true sign of someone that is not fully there. She lost it. So much so she was foaming at the mouth, y'all. Foaming at the mouth. And then she walks away and he's just like shocked. Mind you, before that, she talked about, oh, okay, you're since you didn't get me a Christmas gift, I booked my own Christmas gift, a getaway for $2,500. He didn't want to pay $500 for clothes for himself. You think he's going to pay $2,500 for a vacation? Well, he agrees to it. But right after that, she flips out and then says that he is making her look crazy. And that he's always comparing her to her exes. At one point, she says, I've given you more than she gave you in the many years that you were together. Jasmine, he's not making you look crazy. You're making yourself look crazy. And I feel like Gino should take this opportunity to be like, all right, I'm not making you happy, but I'm going to leave. I'm going to go back to the United States, and watch how quickly her tune would change. He needs to start flipping the script on her. He needs to flipping the script on her. Let's talk about someone that needs the flip script. Memphis and Hamza. Okay. Have you watched this week's episode? I literally was having a conversation with a friend where she was saying that she still does not go to the bathroom, like to do the number 2 to poop in front of someone she's been with several years. This girl at one point, mind you, there's a language difference, but she talks to us with like baby talk. I know Gino and Jasmine specifically talk baby talk. I don't understand why she has not gotten a translator or some sort of device to communicate with him. But she says when they sit down, I gotta poop. Girl, you can't just say I need to use the bathroom, toilet. I think immediately if she said toilet, he would understand that seems to be the international, everyone around the world. I've traveled a lot. That is understood. You say toilet, people get it. They're like, here in the States, we say, restroom, bathroom, those type. You say toilet, he's going to get it. He doesn't need to know that look, I understand too from traveling. Your body has to adjust to the spices, the food, the different types of food. Your body's not used to it. So she's feeling it. She lets him know, I got to poop. Memphis. I think Memphis, though, is also a little, can we talk? Niecy said, my soulmate needs to die thinking that flowers come out of me. Look, I don't know if I believe that, because I understand that we all are human. We all do this, no matter how much money we have, no matter what color we are, no matter what religion we are, no matter what sex we are. We all do the same thing. I just don't think we need to make an announcement about it. And when I have my partner and we're living together, the goal is to have separate bathrooms or at least separate toilet area for that type of stuff. Because I don't want to, I barely want to smell my own, never mind someone else's. Let's be real. But the fact that she had to make the announcement, thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate you guys on TikTok sending in gifts. The fact that she said she had to make the announcement. March in my TikTok chat says she just wants to be loved so bad. Okay, we went from the poop conversation to a conversation at home where she finds out that he is not 28. He is actually 26, and she makes a big deal about it. And even the mom's like, that's not a big deal. It's not like it's a huge difference. It's not like he's saying I'm 18. Yes, she's older than him, and I get it. Now she's a little bit more older than him, but it wasn't that big of a deal. And at one point, she tells him to have the sister come in and translate. Why do you need the sisters to translate? Girl, pull out your damn phone and get a translator open. Like, why wasn't that not something in your head to do? I don't need his sister knowing about our conversation or our business or our issues. That's just me. That's just me. So she's like, she wants to see his degree, so she doesn't believe that he went to school because he lied about his age. So she feels that he's lied about other things, which he probably has. But he barely understands her. He understood poop though. Oh my goodness. So the sisters, the mother's just like, what is wrong with this woman? She's making a big deal over the age situation. She's making a big deal about his degree. And she's like, I don't understand what this is. Of course you don't. It's in Arabic. What did you think it was going to be in? English? You're in Tunisia, Memphis. Honestly, I was over Memphis this week. I felt as if Memphis, I was like, you're making a big to-do over nothing. But she really breaks down and she really cries because she has trust issues. Then, girl, you don't need to be in a relationship with someone that's abroad. You need to be in counseling to get over your trust issues. Because the fact that he did not tell you his age, he said that he was older. I get it. I might be a little annoyed. Like, why would you lie about your age? It's only a 2-year age difference. But for you to make this big to-do about it, okay, girl. Cricket says, yeah, Memphis gets on my nerves. Nicole says the mom was definitely giving this broad his crazy side. I think she was doing that ever since she slept with that man in her house and she told her son not to do that. Anyways, Megan says, though, the age thing is a red flag, though, if they could lie about something so minor and small. But we see people do that all the time. And you're like, why would you lie about that? And they generally aren't not lying about anything big either. But okay. I just felt it was like, I felt as if she was trying to make it a situation because she's on a reality show. And then, of course, it spilled into, or did you really go to school? Are you really working to do that? I don't know if he's working. I don't think he is working. Carrie says Memphis's voice is like nails on a chalkboard. You already know I did her voice last week. I'm not doing it again this week. Okay. It was a lot. It annoys me. Nisi says it would be a turn off if you lie about your age. What else would you lie about? Everything. No, I'm joking. Let's move on because I already feel like I wasted way too much time on him. Alina. Guys, if you missed it, I did a video last week talking about Alina using the N-word on social media and dressing up as, I don't even know what she was trying to dress up as. But then, of course, more photos have come out about problematic things Alina has said on social media. And one of the memes that I saw was people saying that people on one side, people viewed Caleb as the villain, but the actual villain is Alina. I don't know if she's a villain, but I don't know about this couple anymore. It's hard for me to even watch this couple anymore. Of course, we find out that they do end up having sex. But there's still a lot of stuff about Caleb that I'm just not loving. Some of the remarks that he makes to Alina, the way that he handles Alina, the way he puts her in the car. I'm just like, you got to have a better way of handling someone that has a disability, a physical disability like that. So I don't know how I feel about him, but she does tell her friend about what happened. And her big secret is that, while they were talking seriously, she was still living with her ex. And I don't think that is an actual secret. I don't even think you need to even tell him that you were still living with your ex, because just because you guys were serious and he was living abroad, you hadn't met yet. So it doesn't really count. Look, right? It doesn't count to me. You weren't in a real relationship until you actually met each other and got with each other. It's not like she's living with the ex now. It's not like she's still with the ex. Again, she needs to have a storyline. There needs to be a secret that she has to tell Caleb. I know a lot of you are like, oh, Caleb's okay. Look, Caleb is all right. I don't think he's terrible. He's a little weird, but you need to be a little weird to be on a TLC show, right? But Alina, a lot of you feel like she was forcing this relationship. And look, I agree. She wanted him to sleep with her on the first night. And I'm like, girl, yes, you've been talking with each other for 13 years, but this is your first time meeting. And there are differences in who you are versus other women that he's dated over the years. Have a conversation first. Get to know each other and each other's personality in person. I really, honestly, I'm done watching this couple. I think after seeing her problematic behavior on social media, I'm like, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. I'm actually kind of bored with their story, though. I'm actually kind of bored with this story. But of course, we'll keep watching. We shall keep watching. Mike. Oh, Mike. Samantha tells Mike this week that she was dating a hitman and the hitman threatened to kill her. He threatened to kill her, but she reported him to the police, and she says this happened about 2 years ago. But when she tells him this, Mike is like, should we be worried? Should I be worried? As you know, we've talked about Mike every single week here on the show. He's the only one on this show that I'm rooting for, but I'm not rooting for him to be with this relationship. I'm rooting for Mike to get wise and leave this woman right where he found her. I'm done. I'm like, okay, why did he pass another person? Disgusting. Why did he pass gas while he was on top of her? Look, but here's the thing. That can happen. I think maybe because his stomach was pressed up against her, and maybe that was by accident. But ew. At least with him, I can give him some grace because that could have been an accident. Memphis purposely saying, I need to go poop. That was, intentional. Cheryl says that Mike better run fast. And Renee says, I think Mike did fart. He did. He did. That's why she was like, what? Maria's is disgusting. She says it's a Latin food. No, you squeeze. Sometimes it happens, y'all. Sometimes it happens. Not to say that it's ever happened to me. That has never happened to me. But I just know that it can happen. I feel more for him than I feel for Memphis. Memphis had to literally think about what she was about to say. And then why did we backtrack it to Memphis? These damn TLC producers, why did they have the mic going on when she was in the bathroom and she was grunting? We didn't need that. We did not need that. Ryan says Mike is coming for Stephanie's crown. I can't. Her OnlyFans crown. I can't. Oh my gosh. So the big issue for Mike this week is this hitman relationship that she had before. So now he's a little worried. But the other issue he had was he brings it up again this week, is the fact that she didn't tell him that she couldn't have children anymore, that she had her tubes tied. But in reality, she didn't just have her tubes tied, she had her tubes burned off. So she cannot have kids. And now he's saying that, he really wants kids, but he can see his life with her and he could be a father to her. And I'm like, okay, Mike, I hope this relationship's over. Look, I want you to find somebody here in the United States. Here in the United States, I don't see it for Ximena. I think Ximena is using him, but I think she's just a little bit slicker about hiding it. She's lied to you already twice. She lied to you about the baby situation, and now she's just telling you about the hitman situation. The hitman situation never came up in all the conversations that you guys had. She probably didn't want to scare him from coming to Colombia. Because let's be real, if someone you were talking to abroad was saying, yeah, this hitman was after me 2 years ago, I don't care if it was 2 years ago or if it was 20 years ago. Oh, he could be just waiting till you had your guard down to get you. Just saying. Kara says, why has Mike been so single for so long? Because Mike is I think he's just a little emotionally stunted. That might be the best way to describe it. I think he might be a little emotionally stunted, and also he's been not raising, but helping out with his father and grandfather. So that I think has also limited his ability to go out there and date. I just don't think Ximena is the right one for him. I mean, he's the perfect target, though, for people like her to get things from him. Oh, Mike. Look, oh, Mike. Who did we forget to talk? Oh, how did I forget to talk? I've been holding off on this couple. Let me just make sure I covered everybody else. All right, I covered everybody else. Kimberly. Oh, my goodness. In my TikTok chat, they say Ebo says, hold on. I think he's uncomfortable with her, but doesn't want to admit it. Kimberly, though. Kimberly is a director this week. She is a manager this week. I'm not going to lie, y'all. I'm not going to lie. Soulja Boy's new song, Zara. When they started playing that, I said he might have a hit. I didn't love the other song that we got from, Baby Girl Lisa. Soulja Boy is a terrible person, though. He really thinks that he's some huge star celebrity, and maybe he is where, in Nigeria. I don't know. We got a lot of Nigerians that watch it. Is Soulja Boy huge in Nigeria? Did you even know who Soulja Boy was? Dasha says it slaps. I can't wait for him to do the song Kimberly. I can already hear that. I can already hear that song. It's going to be a hit. That's already a hit. That's already a hit. Wait, Anuli says he's not. All right, note to self. Soulja Boy sandals during the shoot. Okay, so Soulja Boy is a prima donna. He really believes in his hype. I think he's a terrible human being. Just look at the way he treats people around him. That is a big character thing to note about his character. But the other stars of this couple is the assistant and the manager. Because, of course, a couple weeks ago, we were like, super fun. Hey, super fun. This week, Kimberly's like, y'all need to get it together. Why wasn't this done before? Why is she getting a haircut on set? At one point, the power goes out, and the manager is like, it's fine. Although one side is not done. First of all, when they showed the music video, I was like, first of all, this music video looks like it's going to be really good. I'm a straight shooter. I don't love Soulja Boy. I didn't love the other songs that we got from Soulja Boy. This song sounds like it slaps. The video looks like it's good. The girl playing Zara in the video, remember the song Zara is about a girl that he was talking to in the States. However, he's never met her either, but she's beautiful. And if you look at Kimberly and you look at Zara, I'm just saying. But Kimberly, shout out to Kimberly. Kimberly's mom, who we met on this show, passed away. She posted that last week on social media. So shout out to Kimberly and her mom. And that's so sad. Because I know she was very concerned when she left about her mom and her mom's health. So hopefully she was able to be with her mom, before that. But Kimberly, and I have to say, I like Kimberly. Kimberly is saving this season for me, and I look forward to those scenes. Is Soulja Boy interested in her sexually? Hell no. When she said, and she went to her closet before she met up with Soulja Boy, which Soulja Boy t-shirt am I going to wear today? None of them? Why do you have that many t-shirts with Soulja Boy? Now I understand why they call you, hey, super fun. Now I get why. Acme says, aren't you supposed to wear dresses around your potentials? I don't know. Look, they haven't even kissed. They've held hands. They haven't kissed. And even when she sort of was going to kiss him on the cheek, he was like, he slept with baby girl Lisa, so I don't see why he wouldn't sleep with Kimberly. And that's no offense to you, Kimberly. I love Kimberly. I like Kimberly more than baby girl Lisa. SS says Kimberly is a super fan. I need that song. Soulja Boy, I know you're watching this. Soulja Boy, we need the Kimberly song. We need the Kimberly. I know Kimberly will lose her mind for it. So the music video looks good. Kimberly is a manager. She's like, why is this not together? But she later in the van apologizes to the guy. She's like, I just didn't understand what was going on. I just thought this could be more organized. She really is a super fan. But at the same time, that's the kind of a partner and potential I would want in my life. Even if they're not officially my manager, I would want when they're around my team, they're like, what's going on here? Why aren't you guys doing what you're supposed to be doing? Like, that's the kind of partner I would want. Not wanting to be my manager because I'm not doing the Wendy Williams thing. Stay out of my business. But when they are around, they have my back because they're my family. So I respect that. I respect that. Nisi says, I'll start using potential. You know what? Nicole says they try to flip it on her. They're so messy. I love look, Soulja Boy, he's really unimportant in this situation, even though he's given us the music. But the assistant and the manager, they were bringing it from jump. And then, of course, the potential, Kimberly, every time they go to their scenes, I'm like, yes, give it to us. Give it to us. Just saying. No, not Sugar Baby and Nigerian scam. You know, look, I don't believe that Soulja Boy is interested in Kimberly at all. I really don't. I really, really don't. I think she's definitely interested in him. We do know that there is going to be a scene coming up with Kimberly and Soulja Boy where she throws a drink in his face because she finds out the song Zara is about another woman. Sorry. But I'm looking forward to it. I look forward to their scenes. But I have to say the season so far is good. We were introduced to Ben this week. I don't want to see Ella ever again, but we will next week. Caleb and Alina, I don't want to see them either. I'm over them. See how quickly we got over them? I wonder if the tell-all will she address the problematic things Alina posted on social media. Sean, we need that addressed. Don't do an Andy. SS says Ella makes me uncomfortable. She does. Carrie says he liked the PS5 and it wasn't an iPad. It was a MacBook Pro. Let's just remember that. Kim, not so much. Guys, this is our Tuesday TLC Takeover where we talk about some of your favorite shows, specifically the 90 Day Fiancé franchise and the spinoffs. As you know, we covered this week 90 Day The Single Life, which is on Discovery Plus, and Darcey and Stacey Season 3 is now here. And of course, 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days. So far this season, 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days is doing well. For me, in my book, it's doing well for me. It's not what we got with 90 Day Fiancé or 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After. But 90 Day The Single Life is not great so far this season. Just saying. Just saying. But if you are part of the replay crew, I want to know your thoughts and how you would rate this week's episodes. Let's continue the conversation below. Thank you to everyone that was a part of the conversation on multiple platforms. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you, TikTok, for sending gifts. Thank you for tapping your screens. And guys, we have over 350 people watching. Be sure to like the video if you haven't liked it already. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. Thank you to my moderators on all the platforms for allowing us to have a fun conversation about some of our favorite reality shows. Guys, don't forget, I also posted a Mary Cosby conversation that she had on Spaces. So I gave you some of the highlights that stood out to me. That's available exclusively on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. So be sure to check out that story. Thank you all for being here. I will see you guys definitely later in a story. But don't forget, tomorrow we will be live at the same time, same place to talk about Below Deck. All right. See you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Stay warm, stay safe, and, have some fun. Bye. Show some love to the mods, y'all. Thank you to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. Join our texting community at textkempire.com.